Me and my grandparents used to play blackjack. And I don't mean we played blackjack. I mean we fucking played blackjack. Pocket change became full gold stacked casinos. Kitchen tables shifted into sweat-stained poker mats. And my twin Matt and I, we were seasoned professionals with steel nerves. We could stare down a dealer showing ace with a 10-6 and still bare our teeth like a chainmail chess piece and say, hit me. We were fearless. We felt waves of brave from every flipped card, and I'm pretty sure we could shuffle before we could speak. In my family, playing cards are more than plastic. They're 52 red and black keys to clear memories of kitchen tables, of Eastern Washington lakeside camping trip poker tournaments. We played under gasoline lamplight, a scattering of mosquitoes, our eager crowd, our mouths a permeable hall of fame. But now, my grandparents are hollow frames of their former selves. The same hands that clutch quarters behind my ears as a kid for magic tricks shake mine this year as my grandfather introduces himself to me like we're meeting for the first time. Last year was the first time I'd gone to Christmas at my family's after I transitioned. My grandmother wheeled in by a middle-aged caretaker I'd never seen but whom my aunt knew by her first name. Months before, a stroke came and stole my grandmother into an early casket fashioned from her still living bones. And I always imagined her growing old, but fading into ash or family photographs, not into her own body, half paralyzed. She used to speak with the speed of a Vegas dealer. Now the only language she's fluent in is mumbles. The trouble with memory digging an early grave is not that it's like an early death, but rather one that never quite comes. It's then, though, that I realized the grandmother that taught me to play poker is still gone. In her place sits someone who will only ever know who I was and never who I've become. That year, my grandfather pulled me aside, confided how proud he was of the woman I turned into. He called me beautiful. His palms and fingers clutched my shoulders like he could pause the gears of time. In that moment, he clutched harder, told me he meant it, gripped tighter, told me he was serious, like he knew that was the last time that version of him and this version of me would ever get to speak. Now, my grandfather is buried in himself too. His casket wields a broad smile and a firm handshake as he tells me his first name. Jack, he says. Stunned, I smile back and reply in kind. After all, it was him who taught me to be kind to strangers.
Wow.